Hi there, young wonderful people. Did you know that difficulties are actually not obstacles to success? Rather, they are the secret doorway that leads to extraordinary achievements. So, today, we're going to learn how to embrace challenges and turn them into stepping stones towards success. Because life is a roller coaster, it has ups and downs, but here's the not so secret thing that we all know, but we don't really pay attention to. We all face tough challenges in life, but instead of running away from them, we can use them to make us even stronger and more awesome. So, let's go ahead and talk about tips that you can do to unveil the extraordinary power that is hidden behind that curtain of difficulties. So, I have two tips for you today that have really helped me go through difficulties and helped me achieve a lot of my goals, big and small. So, the number one tip that I have for you is shift your mindset. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, try viewing them as valuable opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace those challenges and make them your personal guides to shape you and to make you a stronger person. Imagine you are climbing a mountain. Each step that you take brings a new challenge, but it's those challenges that make reaching the peak even more rewarding. Or let me give you a personal example that's very simplified. So I work on the ninth floor and I take the steps from the first floor each morning. I go to work all the way up to the ninth floor. And climbing those flight of stairs is hard, especially when you're just starting. So each step that I take, it makes me shorter and shorter of breath. And I remember when I was just starting doing this, my heart is about to jump out of my chest. You know that feeling when you're exercising and your chest is getting tighter and tighter because you're breathing so fast? That's the feeling that I'm talking about. So anyway, when I first started, I remember taking multiple breaks just to catch my breath. And there were even a lot of times that I wanted to stop doing it because it was hard. So I was thinking that, it's always easier to take the elevator going up, but it's just that the reward and the pride that I get each time I get on the ninth floor, it's so satisfying knowing that I had fought that urge to give up. And a lot of times we give up on ourselves on a daily basis. Like now, for me, it's gotten so much easier as days and weeks went by that I don't even realize that I have reached the top floor sometimes because I usually listen to podcasts every day and sometimes going up the stairs, I just keep on walking up and next thing I know, I'm on my work floor. So what I want you to do is I need you to embrace the difficulties with open arms because it may seem hard at first, but by facing and conquering those challenges, your success story becomes even more exciting and inspiring. I'm one person that always believes that something good always comes out of difficult times. Just like that example. So when I am climbing those 9 flights of stairs each time I go to work, I have noticed that my physical strength and endurance have improved. And to be honest with you, I have also noticed that my self esteem had increased because I know that fighting those urge to give up every time I take the first step makes me win each time I take the last step on the ninth floor. So I dare you from now on, try to start your day already winning against the self sabotage things that pops out each time you wake up. You can start small, maybe by fixing your bed as soon as you wake up or before you do anything, or something like to not snooze your alarm, even if your bed is still trying to tell you to stay on it because it's very comfortable. So I dare you to start with one winning habit every day and go from there. And I promise you, you're going to see how your life will change in a good way. The next tip that I want to give you is I need you to believe that you can get better at things. You need to know that if you keep trying and working hard, you can definitely improve. And when things don't go as planned, you need to think of them as chances to learn and do better next time. Don't think of them as failures. Remember that you have the ability to learn and grow from every challenge that you face. I remember when I was in the process of learning how to put an IV on a patient, it usually takes me a while to examine the patient's arm for any visible veins and to choose a good site, like a good area for me to put the IV. So what I would do is I would choose an area, I would clean it, and when I'm about to stick it with a needle, I would always hear my false confidence talking behind me saying something like, I don't think you can get that vein. Are you sure that's a good spot for an IV? I would even hear it say, Marsha, you're nervous. I can see your hands trembling a little bit. I think it's better to get someone that can get it on their first try. You know you're not that person. But despite my false confidence talking me out of what I was about to do, I kept doing it. I would even volunteer to do other nurses' IV for their patients, and I get better and better each time that people actually started noticing I was getting really good at it. And moving from different jobs, I was still being called to start other nurses' IVs from old people to pediatric patients, especially the really small babies, and also for the patients that call themselves hard stick. So, learning that skill gave me a lot of self confidence that up to this day, even if I don't do it as much as I did back in the days, I'm still very proud to say that I still have that skill. And I am not telling you this to brag, but I'm telling you this to let you know that anything that you want to improve on, please know that if you just keep trying and not give up and you work hard on it, you can definitely get to a point that you will be successful at it and even master it. Also, I know that I had said I will give you 2 tips to help you go through difficulties and achieve your goals, but I actually have a bonus tip. So, the third tip that I want to give you is embrace the power of adaptability. An awesome secret to achieving extraordinary success, it's being flexible and adaptable because life is unpredictable. And the ability to adapt, this ensures progress in the face of change. Sometimes life throws us unexpected challenges, but that's okay. It's all about how we handle them. Just like a secret door, difficulties can actually lead us to amazing opportunities. And when we embrace challenges, we get a chance to think differently, to try new things, to get out of our comfort zones and come up with really cool ideas that eventually helps us to move forward. So always remember that when things get tough, remember to be flexible and open to change because, that's how we find the path to extraordinary success. I remember when I was just starting my first job here in the US, it was freaking terrifying. I mean, coming from a third world country and not knowing a lot of English and not having any idea of how things worked because we are technologically challenged in that part of my country where I came from. So I felt so lost from the start of my orientation. And even when I wasn't working on my own, it's just so scary for me. there were a lot of times that I broke down to my husband thinking that I will not be able to adapt to this environment that I'm in. And there were also multiple times that I wanted to quit and just go back home to where I came from. You know, we as human beings, we always opt out of the difficult times and we always choose the easier way out. So that time, I had two options. One was my selfish option, which was to leave my family and go back home to my country and be comfortable with the environment. But I knew that the long term effect will be it's going to make me feel so incredibly unhappy because I won't be able to see my kids and my husband as they grow older. And I won't be there to experience all of the wonderful things that's happening in their lives. And that was just something that I cannot live with. So, like I said, that was my selfish and my very easy option. And then I had another option, which was the difficult one. And this is, to adapt to my environment, be open minded and optimistic, and face my fears of being different, and maybe learn the culture and environment and embrace that journey that I'm in. It probably doesn't sound as bad to you, but I want you to think of this. I want you to imagine yourself going to a new country, not knowing anything, and not having friends there. That's how I felt. And like I said, that option to just suck it up and move forward, that's the one that I chose. And I'm so glad that I did that. It was still very hard, and there were a lot of challenges that I have faced along the way, but I cannot imagine the life that I have now if I had chosen not to adapt to that new chapter in my life. That's why at this point in my life, each time I am going through something challenging, I always think that there is something better that will come out of it. And this happens every time. I can say that I have definitely built that faith about difficulties making a way for something better for my future. So here's my challenge to you. I dare you to embrace adaptability in your own life. I dare you to take small steps every day to push beyond your comfort zone. I dare you to embrace change. And I dare you to approach challenges with a positive mindset. You need to remember that with adaptability, there are no limits to what you can achieve. And success is it's not about avoiding difficulties. It's about embracing them and using them as stepping stones on your path to greatness, on your path to a better future, on your path to the better version of you, and on your path to impacting other people. I promise you that with a shift of mindset and a touch of adaptability, you will rise above any challenge that comes your way. So that's what I got for you today. But before I go, I want to tell you something very important. I hope that your days are full of happiness. I hope your days are full of love. I hope your days are full of a lot of possibilities. So, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you a lot, and until next time, God bless you all in all that you do.